If you're thinking about moving to Iowa and want to get out of that big city living, or if you already live in Iowa and you're thinking about moving to a smaller community, come take a look with me as we explore one of the best towns that there is in Iowa. My name's Andy Algreen. I'm a realtor and investor here based in central Iowa and Monroe, Iowa. And I've lived in Monroe for about almost 3 years now. I've gotten to know people in the community. I've just been able to become a part of the community, and I'm very grateful for that. And with that, I truly believe that Monroe is one of the best communities that there is in Iowa. Monroe is a great town for anyone, no matter what age you are, whether you're single, just graduated college, or you're married looking to start a family, or on the other end of things, maybe you're just retired and are in that phase of your life. I think Monroe has a lot to offer, and I think it's really great for all ages. One of the first things I want to look at is location. Obviously, when you buy a home, location is the number one thing that you cannot change when you purchase a house, so that's why I want to dive into that first and just kind of explain where Monroe is located if you're not familiar with that. So Monroe is located east. It's in central Iowa, but it's located east about 35 to 45 minutes of Des Moines. It's right on Highway 163, so it's a straight shot, just straight east of Des Moines. So if you're currently, working in Des Moines and want that small town feel, Monroe is definitely a community to where you can get that, and you can still have a nice, easy commute to Des Moines. Depending on where you're at, I always typically say 35 to 45 minutes, no matter where you're going in the Des Moines metro. Monroe is also located about 10 miles straight south of Newton, and Newton is located right on I-80, so it's very close to a major U.S. interstate. And then lastly, Monroe is also very close to Pella, which Pella is about 15 minute drive away, and Pella is east of Monroe. And if you don't know a whole lot about Pella, Pella is a Dutch community. They're famous for that, and they obviously have a lot of Dutch heritage there, and also Central College is based out of Pella. So that's kind of where Monroe is located. Next, I want to look at what the school district kind of looks like. So next I want to look at the school district and what makes up the school district of Monroe. So there's two towns, and it's Prairie City and Monroe. So it's just called PCM, Prairie City, Monroe, is the school district that you would be in if you did decide to move to Monroe, which PCM is just located about 10 minutes west of Monroe, just straight off Highway 163. And the kind of how the school district is made up, it's a little interesting. So we have a high school that is based in Monroe. We have a middle school that is based in Prairie City, and then we have two elementary schools, one in Monroe, one in Prairie City. If you have a child that's going to be in grades K through 2, they will be going to, and this is as of fall 2024, so it might change here and there depending on when you're watching this video, but as of fall 2024, if your child is in K through second grade, kindergarten through second grade, they will go to the Monroe Elementary. If you have a child that's in third grade through fifth grade, they will go to the Prairie City Elementary School. And then if you have a child that is in sixth grade through eighth grade, that would be considered middle school. That's in Prairie City. And then high school, obviously ninth grade through 12th grade, that is in the city of Monroe. And then as far as all the youth sports, that is all combined with Monroe and Prairie City, so they would be combined. And then there's also another little town called Reasoner. Reasoner would also be a part of that, so all of the youth sports would be combined together. You're not going to have separate sports, so you're not going to have a City of Monroe team, a City of Prairie City team. They'll be combined. Third thing I want to look at is just the overall real estate market, current real estate market here in Monroe, and how it's currently sitting. And also I want to look at the affordability piece and if homes are affordable for people here in Monroe. So first off, we are in a seller's market, just like the majority of the United States market as a whole. We have a limited supply of homes that are on the market here in Monroe. Obviously, it's not a big town. We are a town of roughly 2,000 people, so we have a limited supply, and the demand for homes is still really high for the most part. It's not the same market as it was during COVID, so you can't just put your home on the market and expect it to sell within hours and have multiple offers and things like that. Typically, you have to price your home competitively for the market. It has to have the necessary upgrades and things done to it to make it attractive to buyers. Most buyers are not willing to overpay right now in this market. I love Monroe because it has a wide variety of types and styles of homes, and the affordability kind of ranges on that. You'll see homes anywhere priced from $100K up to $450 roughly, just depending on where you're at. in Monroe. But kind of how the town is laid out, we have one new development on the southwest side of town. That's been going up since roughly 2017, 2018. And then on the south side of town, across from 163, there's a housing development back there, and that was done roughly in 2000-ish. Give or take a few years on that. But those are going to be like your newer development homes, and then essentially anything that is west of town, not in that new development, and then north and east, that's going to be majority of your resale homes that you're going to find in Monroe. Fourth thing I want to look at is what is there to actually do in this small town. That's one of the reasons that I love Monroe as well, is just because there's always something to do in the town, I feel like. Just starting with the square. If it's a nice day out and you just want to go hang out, the square in Monroe is upkept very nicely. There's a stage there. Your kids can go and play on the stage or play in the grass and do what they want there. There's also a park that is just north of the square called Tools Point Park. Over there they have a playground, a basketball court, tennis court, and 2 pickleball courts. We also have a paved bike trail, and that bike trail currently runs from Monroe to Prairie City, so Prairie City and back. And eventually it's going to connect to Des Moines, so that'll be awesome just to have that accessibility and have people from Des Moines ride out all the way to Monroe. We also have a golf course here in Monroe, and it's a 9-hole golf course that is really, really nice, upkept very well. It has a swimming pool that you can use. It is a private golf course, so you would have to be a member of it in order to golf there. There's lots of things that happen at the golf course. A couple weeks ago, we had a puzzle night there. And then there's also a men's league, which is currently full right now, but there is an anytime league that you can join if you do want to participate in some type of a league. There is women's league, and then there's also couples nights league. There are also just a bunch of tournaments that go on throughout the summer. There's the men's club tournament, women's club tournament, and then after those 2 tournaments, there's another one called Soul Survivor, and that tournament is one of the best tournaments that I have not participated in it, unfortunately. Need to work on the golf game a little bit, but just being able to drive around, watch that tournament happen is very cool. There's 2 glow ball tournaments. Those happen, I believe, one in the spring, one in the fall time frame, roughly, but obviously it happens at night and you get golf balls that glow in the dark, so that's a really awesome tournament that takes place, and it's very fun to be a part of. We also have a rec complex where there are a few ball fields, baseball fields, and there's just one big field that has a couple nets on it for soccer. And then within that, there's a disc golf course that's, spread throughout that recreational complex. We also have Old Settlers, which is our annual town celebration that happens every single year. That's very fun to be a part of, and definitely look forward to that celebration that happens every single year. So just to kind of wrap things up, Monroe, Iowa, I believe, is heading in a very good direction of growth. We currently have 17 new lots that are being developed right now on the southwest side of town. So there's going to be 17 brand new homes that are going to be coming on the market in the next, year-ish time frame, just depending on how fast things get developed out there. We have seen the square have some revitalization as far as getting a couple new businesses on the square and having a facelift. There's the Monroe Golf Club, and that had a facelift on the square. Monroe Nutrition, they did some work on the outside of their building there into the inside. And then Salon Essence moved, and their building looks great. It's not on the square directly, but just on the south side of it. Their building looks really nice. Awesome when you drive by on Highway 14 right down the middle of the town there. So hoping to see some more revitalization kind of happen on the square in Monroe. Looking forward to that. And also just looking forward to the community involvement and getting people involved inside of the community just to help out and see the community grow. With that, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me at 515-868-3860.